Greetings to all and welcome to Season 3, Episode 5 of Losing Our Marbles, A Talk for Two. I normally introduce the guest at this point, but she's already here. She's been here for a couple days, actually. How you doing? It's ZeiCarmela!
I thought it was the octopus.
Number 6 streamer of Season 20. And number 49 racer, Season 20. And number 20 tilter, Season 20. And number 65 all-time races of all marbles.
Keep stroking.
And
14 season racing.
The 14th highest in all races for Season 20.
Yeah.
And
yep.
Subjectively most adorable streamer on Twitch.
Ooh, stroke it.
Yeah. Great
the
start.
ego.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
ego.
Yeah.
The ego.
Yep.
Why sit like lady? No, sit like... No, stop it! Never sit like lady.
Anywho, welcome.
Hi.
How are
Shouldn't
things?
I be telling you welcome? I didn't go anywhere. You came here.
It's true.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a long drive, but it went easy. Actually, I got to watch your stream for part of my drive. I just had it in the background. It's nice. What do you think of Season 20? How was it? How was the experience?
It was stressful, but that's because it was kind of last minute. All of it was last minute. All of it. I literally decided the day of launch that I was going to do all of these things. Well, it was the day before that I decided I was going to do streamer side. And then after launch happened, I was casually dropping with like everybody. And I was like, oh shit, I'm doing well. I have to do both. And then, yeah. Very last minute for all of it. If
you were to do it again, which you probably will, what would you change about your approach?
Figure out how to get adequate sleep, like a regular sleep schedule, so I can be up at reset. Because when I was the very, very, very few handful days that I was up at reset, everything went so much more smoothly, and I had time to myself after stream and after grinding because everything happened in like the 9 to 3 time period, and that was all I had to do, and I was good for the day. Because once you get past like that 9 to 3 period, once you get to like doing like 11 to 6 or 11 to 8, tabs are still, like, you can still have tabs. It's great, but it's not as quick paced.
Right. And
you fall out of having tabs and what we call quote unquote trustworthy tabs. The grinder friendly selection.
I know all about that.
Yeah, because you're not on the list.
I'm always right up there.
Because you're not on the list. Yeah, so the grinder-friendly tabs dwindle as you go later into the day. So reset is like the prime time. You can get like 1,500 points just if you get up every day.
Yeah.
1,500 points, easy.
Good stuff.
If you grind through the day, you're pulling.
You were
like
averaging
3K.
Probably 900 a day. If I had to guess. So, not bad considering we were streaming the entire time.
Right. I don't think there will ever be a time that I just go full viewer grind. If I'm gonna viewer grind, I'm gonna be streaming at the same time. I'm not gonna. Streaming is never going to not be a thing.
Sounds good. Which do you think is more difficult or challenging?
I believe the streamer grind is way more challenging.
What makes it more challenging?
The fact that you have to be present the entire time. When you're a grinder, yes, you have the option to sit there and pay attention to the 8 voices that are in your head or more at all times and keep conversations going across the board. But you also have the option to say hello and then stay silent and not pay attention to anything but your drops. Say thank you for your races and dip out and go to your next tab. But with streaming, you need to be present and forward and ready to go. And I wouldn't say you have to be energetic, but you need to be entertaining the entire time. You have to be truthful and forward, honest all the time. Because if you're trying to put up a front and you're not feeling what your front is,
It's not going to last.
It's not going to last, and people are going to see through it anyways. If they are there for you and there for you all the time, they're going to see through that front very easily, and they're going to know something's going to be wrong, and it's going to throw everything off. So you'd rather have an off day and be honest about it and let it turn around on its own, or not turn around and still have a decent stream, than try to pretend that you're fine and have everything just be not right. Mm-hmm. It's going to throw off everything all the time.
Makes sense. I know there are some very successful streamers that do like no cam, no mic.
Yeah. Kibble. Mm-hmm. Vibble did it off and on all season.
You did it occasionally.
I did it occasionally. Mm-hmm. Because there were just days where it just wasn't feasible to be on cam, or I was sick.
What do you think is a good approach?
Senshin did it.
Still does
for
it.
The longest.
Still does it.
No, he just doesn't stream anymore.
Still doesn't have a cam and mic, although he did have a mic eventually. What do you think is the challenge in those situations in maintaining like a quality of stream rather than just being a hub for people to drop?
It's the motivation. It's building the relationships with your viewers early on, and keeping it up, and finding things that are similar or things that are drastic enough of a difference to make a conversation out of. Mm-hmm. Keep the conversation flowing. You sit there for an hour and a half and do tongue twisters and say a couple bad words on accident. I sat there. There's one sock cutter. He cuts socks.
Yep, it's a good one.
I said it for a long time before I got it right. Benevolent elephants.
Benevolent elephants is a tricky one.
Spoo said that one and effed it up.
That's a tricky one for sure. Coming from the record hunters, basically same gist. Is just not getting tongue tied and saying something embarrassing every once in a while.
I say something embarrassing all the time.
I've been strategically drinking from this cup.
Very strategic. Very strategic.
Our camera's not backwards. What are you talking about?
They saw it, right?
I think so.
Yes, I watched it here.
Yeah.
They saw it, right?
I think they saw it. There is some laughter in chat. Oh, it's a shit. Oh, the audio commands are disabled. Oh.
Shen!
There we go. See, so much better in person.
The voice.
The reverberation. might have to record that one and swap that in. That was a good one.
Yes, Z is always right. Senshin, thank you for questioning me.
So tilting. When you're hitting 35.
This season.
Yeah. When you're hitting 40. This season.
Next,
you heard it.
Next, maybe.
ZeiCarmela, level 40. This season, it's coming. Woo! It's happening. It's happening.
No.
It's happening. Tilted Takeover Season 22. You in or out?
Out. Season 22 is my go top 3 grind.
Okay. You can still tilt.
I can still tilt.
And be a part of it.
But I am not
you don't have to only tilt, but just tilt.
I shall tilt because tilting does do better than racing at the beginning of a season.
It does, and it
at
also
the beginning of the season
works well once most people have 100ed or check marked.
Yes,
gets your numbers back up. So it has use. That's all we want to prove on season 22, is that tilting is viable.
The way that you guys want to do it, though, isn't going to work. It's not.
We'll see.
You want a mass amount of tilters on at all times?
Well, we need a massive amount of tilters to ensure enough tilters on at all times.
But the more tilters are on, the less number of balls you get per streamer.
This is what I disagree with. I think that's true now because people prioritize racing because there aren't enough tilters. But I think...
But when there are enough tilters, people don't care.
Right now. But that
they don't care enough to open all 12 tabs because they don't need all 12 tabs.
But if they don't need to worry about racing and they can just tilt grind on 15 to 20 streams for like 12 hours. That's the argument.
You're switching tabs way more often than if you
Right.
were racing, though.
But you're not worrying about energy.
But
And you can have more than 6 streams open.
You can, but you can have more than 6 streams open anyways, even if you are racing.
Right.
You can have up to 7 if you want to slightly pay attention, as long as you don't go into 8 tiers with anyone.
Right.
Unless you're ZeiCarmela. ZeiCarmela can drop 7 tabs, not pay attention to a lick of anything, and somehow get hundreds across the board and be completely fine and not scuff not anything. I don't know how I do it, but...
And then other days you can't even join a race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun night. Well, that's the experiment for season 22, I think.
I don't think it's going to work.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
The only way that it's going to work is if what happened when Knitter Girl did the only tilt grind, and then people this past season picked up on it, Hitter and Crump, and
Not Ferrari.
Crump, no, not
On the
Ferrari,
streamer side.
on the streamer side. Crump was the only one to actually successfully do it. Hitter
Right.
ended up dropping in 2 races.
Right.
But unless more people keep picking up on that and keep trying to do that grind and seeing how well it's going to work, how much time that it takes, because I haven't asked Crump about it. I haven't asked, like, hey, like, compared to racing and tilting at the same time, how did this grind affect you versus, like, how labor intensive was it compared?
I think that's also...
How much more time do you have to put into it? How much less time do you have to put into it?
And I think that goes back to my point, is if you had a reliable number of tilters on at all times, you wouldn't need to tilt as much. Because instead of scrounging for tabs, you have your pickings, and you can choose your time slot. You can choose how many you want to be in, and just get it
But
done.
then you have to trust that the streamer is consistent.
Right. That's the goal.
Can you get a whole bunch of people on the
find
platform?
Out. We're gonna find out.
Consistently
I got
something.
one season to do it. We'll see.
That's a good question. How many tilt tabs would be enough to make up for 6 races plus tilts?
Right. I think at most.
And how good of a tilter do you need to be for it to make sense?
I think at most 20 at all times.
20 tabs.
So, 20 streamers at all times. So like 60 streamers a day for a good number of hours. And all they would really have to do is get to 20 or 25 consistently with over 75% completion, which I think there are plenty of people who can do that.
But are there 60 people a day that can do it?
We'll find out.
What was the top 100 was all 20 plus last season, was it not?
Yeah, there's been a huge push past 30 this season.
So there is definitely 60 people who can get to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But of those people, how many of them have high completion rates?
I would imagine anyone who's reached 30 can get to 20 with high completion and might be able to work on 25 with good completion.
How many hours a day would they need to tilt?
6 to 8 ideally, but again, this is what we don't know. We have to figure it out.
I can't tilt past like a run and a half, so.
Right. But there are others who can. It's been done before. Demon Speeder paved the way back when. Hopefully I'll be able to contact them in some way, because I don't think they stream much anymore, but...
No. Heard they were going to make a comeback, but I don't know.
Season 22, baby. Come on, Demon Speeder.
I don't know.
Season 22. So yeah, Floppy Desk, how you doing? This is a talk show. Welcome. How you doing?
Speedrunning low levels would be best if you can speedrun with high completion.
Yeah, you need to average 1 point a minute.
Because not only are we trying to make tilts the meta for grinders, but also streamers. Mm-hmm. Tilt has to, and if you don't have a high completion rate, you're not getting the max amount of experience that you could get per level. Mm-hmm. Streamer side.
Yep. And I don't know if it's viable for most people to even compete streamer side as a tilter, but
I don't think it is because by 2 or 3 weeks into the season, tilting does either matches or is less than good.
I'd say around 3 to 4 weeks in, and then so the first challenge is building up enough of a cushion in the beginning, and then trying to see what it takes to keep pace till the end of the season. So,
right.
all things will be field testing this season. Yeah. Cool beans. Yes. Sorry. The orange on my face is not some weird camera refraction off of my shirt.
My hair, on the other hand,
I was saying, Z dyed her hair.
I was going to say, my hair, on the other hand,
that's not
is
it.
fake.
That's not it.
This is real. We're not going to pull on this because it'll come off of my head.
So, anything else about season 20?
No. Senshin came back.
Senshin came back. Hi, Senshin.
Hi.
How you doing? Welcome back. When do you start doing all the things?
Wait, when do you start doing all the things?
When do you start streaming tilts?
Oh, wait. Whose name is that?
What? Where?
Is that Senshin up there? I think
his-
that says ZeiCarmela.
Where?
Up there.
It says ZeiCarmela, yeah.
Yeah. So why are we interviewing Senshin? All I said was that he came back.
I wasn't interviewing him. I was postulating curiosities. You know, it's also supposed to be questions in my direction too, but whatever. It's fine. I get it.
What does that say?
I can't read it. It's backwards.
Z is always right.
It's backwards. I can't read it. So season 22, we kind of postulated. Season 21, this season. What do you think is the direction of marbles, and more specifically, I guess, marble events?
I think marble events are going to stay how they were for the last month of last season.
Okay.
At least for now. Would be nice for things to open up a little more. I think they have the opportunity to. If you go to Pixel with something very grand and like enticing, I'm sure he'll grasp onto it. But I don't think he's gonna go out and just search for something unless it really, really grabs his attention. Like him and Spoo were talking about how things that already are thoroughly enjoyed by the community is what he wants to be events.
Right. I do know that there are a lot of people creating events in that idea of trying to capture the attention. So I think it's a very good move on Pixel's part. There's people who are doing like multi-week long builder competitions. There are people who are doing tilting competitions. A couple of people I know that are trying to do they want like a league racing, kind of like MSLA, but I guess in a different capacity. So I actually think there's going to be a lot of new stuff floating around, and it'll be interesting to see what rises to the top and who can actually finish it out rather than it just being a bit of a pipe dream. Rather
than like a once a week money tournament. Let's run a 16 race Grand Prix and whoever wins gets money. Like we've been doing that for years. We've been doing that for years. It still works, but it doesn't work
as a standalone event.
As a standalone event for the streamer, it works. But it's not something that the community is going to be interested in. It's not taking marbles and making it into something it's not.
Correct.
Which is what I think Pixel is looking for: is take marbles and the things that you can do with marbles and turn it into something completely out of the box that usually would not have been done. Wishes.
Any ideas for something you might try?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Not even the he who kills the most or she who kills the most?
I was thinking about that, but for it to be a consistent thing, it's a lot to keep track of. And I don't want to step on Final Ross Battle's toes with the Royale thing. Even though it's a completely different
it's
concept,
different,
I don't want to step on toes, and I think that's my issue is I don't want to step on toes.
You'll have to get over that.
I'll have to get over that.
At some point, you'll have to get over that. Map building helps with that a lot, actually, because you'll steal other people's ideas, and people will steal your ideas, and you're just like, it's all just making everything better.
Kind of like how you copied Senshin's map.
If this was Record Hunters, I'd walk off camera right now.
Record Hunter!
Speaking of which, if you haven't seen already,
He wasn't part of the Record Hunters promo.
No, Shen was there the entire time. What are you talking about?
No, have you guys seen it? I heard he wasn't part of it at all.
Shen was there the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just another regular Record Hunters promo.
It's very, very normal. It was boring. It's probably one of the most boring promos.
Will you be participating in Record Hunters more this season now that you're not grinding?
Yes.
Awesome. What do you think is a core strength of Record Hunters?
A core strength of Record Hunters?
As a concept.
As a concept. I think it's the what's the word that I'm looking for? Persistence.
A certain level of tenacity.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it just what it is.
The refusing to give up, despite how unqualified both of us are.
Yes. It's literally, I know we can't do this because we've proven it 12 million times in the past hour and a half that we can't do this, but we're gonna do it again! Woo! And then, oh, I know we didn't beat this earlier on in the season, but we're gonna bring it back and try again anyways! And still fail!
Look, it's not our fault the record was improved by 12 seconds from when we last ran the track. That's not on us.
I'm just saying.
Or when a record is beaten while we're streaming, trying to beat the record. That hurt a little bit.
Or when you spend hours on hours on hours trying to beat a record and you never beat it, but then a smaller streamer that didn't know that they were going to break this record
randomly,
just is like
they random into the map, run it once, break the record, and then that's it. Yep. Yep.
Or when you spend all day trying to break records and you come over to my stream and I'm like, how many records did you break today? Oh, 3? I've done 12.
You're also running a lot more races than we do.
But I'm just running.
Just say.
But I'm running the same maps over and over.
Right, but you're running them more often.
But it's still running the same maps over and over again. We were running Senshin's remake of Speedrun.
Which one?
All 16 of them. But the reason why I know we broke the same record 3 times in a row, well, not like in a row back to back, but every time we ran it, we broke it, is because I paid attention to who had the record. And literally every single time we ran that map 3 times in a row, we broke the record. Get on my level.
Hey.
That's a victory lap on a victory lap on a victory lap.
True. We have done that. We have done that. On a map that was 12 minutes long. We beat the record, I think, 3 times, so we had to run it 4 times. And we started it at 4:45, 15 minutes before we were supposed to finish.
Oh, no. Whose idea was this?
Well,
whose week was it?
Bax picked the map, but I did one more him. So it's kind of on both of us. It's on both of us.
Can you not see the glitter that's right there?
I'm just trying to ignore all the glitter because it is everywhere. Yeah, it's just spread it around further. Great. Okay, so season 20, season 21, season 22. Seems good. This is why I don't do in-person talk show episodes.
Who were you interviewing that like
exactly
you're or were you with Bax? I don't know. Well, you were doing something or you were interviewing somebody, but like your arm went into like their frame and it was obvious, and they were like, "Stop trying to touch the other person," and you're like, well,
that happens. It happens almost like every week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, it's usually because I do the hot water pour into their lap is the usual. That's like the running gag, because my cup is usually here in my frame, which in the overlap would be your lap in the other frame. So that's the usual joke there.
No, it was me. I think it was me. I don't know. I'm very monochromatic, especially except
Well,
top
we
10.
we
gotta
talked
have a
about that, yeah.
Top 10 beanie?
Top 10 beating for the top 10 streamer. Although, to be fair,
What?
I mean, I don't want to say it.
Thanks for the beanie? Question mark?
No, I was just. You're technically not. Top.
You said that I couldn't wear it unless I'm top 10 for that season.
That's true. That's true.
Thank you. I know.
But it is fitting that you have a pink beanie that you do not have on.
Yes, this is an octopus. It was the best purchase of my life.
Just straight up best purchase of her life. Well, you're gonna have to. Okay, great. No, this is. Yep. Wonderful. This will be happening on her stream frequently, so get used to it.
I don't know about that.
I would put money on it. The fact that it's so stable is kind of remarkable, I have to say. Why are we doing this again? I'm supposed to be on vacation.
I'm supposed to be on vacation.
Oh, man. Right. What else do you want to talk about? Your turn.
Why are you the way that you are?
Oh, wow. Going deep already, huh? Why am I the way I am? I think there's a certain compulsion to improve the world around me that I...
Would I call you an improvement on my life? That was mean. I'm sorry.
Speaking of which... Yeah! No! Yeah!
All around me are familiar
I brought treats.
faces.
Sea salt caramel. I bought myself, actually. Delicious. It's just one perk of being in person. You roped the bag.
Have
I'm
some.
supposed to. I also have peanut with dark chocolate. I didn't want to do dark chocolate on the caramel. Good call. I feel like it'd be too bitter. Dark chocolate on the peanut. Much better way to go. Delicious. But yeah, so I would say that's one governing property of my life. Is a compulsion to improve the world around me. So it's hard for me to stop. which is, I think, a problem. I think that's one of the major reasons I am the way that I am.
It gets you in trouble sometimes.
Does it? Fair enough. I would argue, but my coffee cup says otherwise. This is fun. I get these like interludes of drink and snack preparation.
I want marshmallows.
In your tea?
No.
Okay, just marshmallows? Fair enough. Well, apparently I'll be right back. So, talking about me having a compulsion to constantly improve things around.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Those are usually my late night snack because they're surprisingly low calorie and they make me feel full very quickly.
I would eat whatever I want whenever I want.
I try to take good care of myself from time to time. At least in real life. Self-care. You want to talk about self-care?
No. No, thank you. What about it?
It is important.
Yeah.
Eating properly.
I don't know what that means.
Sleeping regularly.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Basic daily routines.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Do you think you'll be able to focus on that more this season now that you're not
That is the plan.
killing yourself?
This plan, the stand with the plan with the man, the thing with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This season
Yeah.
is to figure out how to do last season healthily,
Right.
so I can do it for 22.
Having healthier food at the ready would probably help.
Probably.
Speaking of which, any
I don't
word
know.
Yet? No word yet.
No word.
We'll see. Why else am I the way I am? I don't like doing the same thing twice.
Right?
So.
Yeah, you tilt over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Correct,
and
but
over
every
and
time
over
I
and over.
tilt, I'm trying different things on tiles. Always trying to figure out if there's a better way to do something or if there's something I missed. So that's probably a very unhealthy combination of qualities.
Yeah.
It explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's your prognosis and or advice?
Narcissism.
Narcissism? As a solution or as
The issue?
as the issue?
As the issue.
And how would you describe that manifestation?
Just, looking back at all the things I've yelled at you about.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go so far as describe myself as narcissistic. I would
But
say,
a narcissist would not say that they are narcissistic.
but I would say, you taking issue when I exhibit narcissism is fair and good. But I would say I wouldn't describe that as a dominant factor in my life. Would you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Especially when tilting.
Well,
And Bill Bang.
That's the kind of the character.
It's an issue.
It's kind of the character.
It's an issue.
It's kind of
Because
the character.
it comes out of character.
It does occasionally come
Which
out
is
of
the
character,
issue.
And that's the issue. That's fair. That's fair.
If you're gonna have characters, the characters stay to their characters.
It's not always easy.
Then I would say that they're not characters.
They're amplifications of quirks,
Correct.
for sure. What would you say makes you the way you are?
Being tired of what I've gone through in life. Making slight changes every time that I can to prevent things from happening. I'm a fan of thinking that I don't deserve nice things. Because nice things always have a catch. So it's one of those I isolate for a really long period of time, and everything is great and grand, but then I want to share that with people, and I'm like, well, F. So then I'm like, okay, people aren't that bad, and I go back to people, but like a very closed off version of Z. And then
Guarded.
I'm like, oh, people, they're not awful. And then I'm like, yeah. Oh, doors are open. You guys can come right on in. Just everything that you want. And then I'm like, shit. Let me just re-isolate myself because it's the human race. ZeiCarmela can have nice things, and if she keeps nice things from happening, then not only is she not getting nice things, but the bad things don't follow.
Seems
Boring?
problematic at best.
Problematic.
Problematic at best.
Why?
Well, I think there's an inherent necessity in life to take the good with the bad.
If I have control over everything, nothing can go wrong.
Correct. But that also means you can't accept anything to your life beyond your control.
Correct.
Which means you miss out on a lot.
Oh, yes, I do.
Which sounds very lonely and painful.
It is what it is. Does that assume you that you do no wrong? Oh, no, I'll be the first one to admit if I do something wrong. Because I'm in control of that. I was in control, and I still chose to do wrong.
You are down in those marshmallows.
Can we talk about the fact that I'm eating one at a time?
Rapidly, yes.
Don't judge me.
What else would you like to talk about?
We can talk about the fact that I just explained that that's how I am on a day-to-day basis, but I'm still very much so an extremely needy person.
Let's unpack that. Why not? Let's unpack that. So, let's unpack these for a second. Would you say it's kind of like cheating?
What do you mean?
When you can sneak good things in conditionally, so you can ensure the bad doesn't happen?
A very controlled good thing?
Yeah. Rather than saying it's needy, it's more so sneaking those good things in on very controlled conditions.
So I'm not needy, I'm a control freak.
Yes. I think that's very fair. Coming from a control freak master, I would definitely say that.
I feel like that might have been something I've screamed at you for.
So, I mean, you already hinted at control freak with the idea of just controlling everything in your life by isolating everything. How does one balance that out going forward to prevent psychosis?
I don't know. I like to make rules. It's like, oh yeah, you can be my friend, but A, B, C, D, E, F, G can't happen.
Makes sense.
My favorite one? My favorite one is kind of narcissistic, I'll say that. But my favorite rule is don't fall in love with me.
That is a quite often mentioned rule.
Very, very, very. Have you guys read my pinned tweets?
It's still up there. It's still up there.
Yeah.
I feel like going into that would be a bit more not for the talk show.
Oh, no.
So, other than not going crazy, what's the plan? What is the Z of the future?
Have control.
Great. Solid plan. Couldn't possibly go wrong in this world.
I'm reading your mug, and it's very much so letting me know that I am very much so okay with having all the control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you think that's going to work in the long haul?
With the right people.
Okay.
Because if I express X, Y, Z, and they don't give me issue, why do I have to control?
Correct. But in an unpredictable world.
And that's why I have control.
Seems slippery to me. That's all I'm saying.
I think it sounds like a great idea.
As a fellow control freak, sounds dubious.
I think it sounds great. If I don't have control, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If I have to be in control, I don't want it.
All right. What's the line there?
Like, it's... I want to be in control by setting the ground rules. I don't want to be in control of consistently having to set someone straight.
Right.
To fit my life.
Right.
To make sure I'm not going insane.
Makes sense. Then going back to the unpredictable world where things are always changing.
That's why it has to be the right set of people. Like, you walk a thin line all the time.
I walk a very thin line. Constantly digging the grave a little deeper.
Yeah, like, I'm wondering when you're going to hit the molten core of the earth. You can't dig much past that. That's like your breaking point. That's like the point of no return. And you start digging your way
back out again, right? Yeah. No, fair enough. I don't know. I like a challenge. And I think you're actually a pretty good person who deserves people fighting for you. So I don't mind doing it for now. We'll see.
But is fighting for me part of the issue?
What do you mean?
What?
What? So, just derailed that conversation. Is Shaq keeping up with any of this? Probably not.
No, nom, anxious eating.
Yeah.
If you throw an ostrich over a house, is that deadly or just animal abuse? Both.
Ostriches are pretty tough. I don't think it would be deadly.
Deadly to you as a human. Not deadly to the animal.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
That's how I interpreted the question anyways. Throw an ostrich over the house. It's animal abuse, for
Right.
one. For two, you better run for your goddamn life.
Oh, because of the... Okay, now I get it. Yes, that ostrich will kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have a head start, though. It's got to get around the house first.
One, ostriches can't fly. Two, how are you going to throw something that might kill you? Very carefully.
They are light for their size.
Anything is possible.
Because they're birds. And they do have wings that they can slow their descent with. So they're not going to...
Yeah, they may not be able to fly, but they're not completely useless.
Yeah, they're gonna gracefully hit the ground.
Float.
Lightly
glide.
descend. Yeah, lightly
Glide.
descend.
It's like a squirrel, flying squirrels.
Considering how strong their legs are, I don't think they'll have any trouble catching their landing.
No, flying squirrels don't actually fly. They have wings, but they don't fly. They glide.
They slowly descend. Cool. What time is it? 48, 12 minutes.
Yep.
We could midstream mix up early, or we could go into something else and then midstream mix up.
What are we going into?
Newspapers. Why do they make them? Still. Like, I get why they used to make them, but why do they still make them?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like why I prefer handwritten notes to emails or typed out letters or physical pictures like Polaroids. I have a Polaroid camera because I prefer a physical picture over something you take on your phone and then print out later. It's not as I don't know.
Tactile?
Well, I mean, if you print it out later, it's still like if you print something out on a piece of paper later, it's not as genuine.
It doesn't
it's not
feel
as
physically,
in the moment.
Physically connected to the moment.
It's not yeah. Like I have newspaper clippings from performances that I've done and things like that. It's something in the moment. It's connected to that moment. It's not something that you can go back and you can find later on in life.
Right.
If you didn't save it right then and there, you wouldn't have it today.
Right.
Other than I could pull up pictures from 6 years ago right now if I wanted to. But I could never find that newspaper again.
Right. Fair enough. It has I guess
I think it's the true form of being sentimental.
Yeah. There's the sentimentality from novelty, I think.
I don't,
Makes sense.
like, I call keeping every picture known to man that I've ever taken sentimental, but that's not the pure form of being sentimental. It's what the pure form is turning into be, but, you know, as technology does things and as older things just die out, the pure form of sentimental is whatever selfie you took that day,
right,
7 years ago.
Interesting concept. What do you think is the human evolution of that sentimentality, right? Because, you know, go back 1,000 years. Maybe you have one finger-drawn pigment painting of something that someone made once. Whereas today, as you said, years archived on a single device, readily accessible at any moment. So where do you think this sentimentality evolves from, or what psychosocial purpose does it seem to fit?
People are lazy.
Laziness?
It's easy.
It's easy, right?
It's all in one spot. Every social media, every folder, every file. You can put everything onto one thing.
Right, but to be fair, laziness, if that were the true reason behind it, then you wouldn't even do it at all.
It's simplicity.
Right.
You don't have to...
I'm talking more about the sentimentality itself. Where do you think that derives from?
Just being sentimental in general. Not wanting to forget. not wanting to have a mental image of everything that you've ever done all the time. Because not everyone can do that.
Right. I forget.
Yeah. Not everyone can do that. I sure as hell can't.
I don't have every mental image in my brain, but there's a good number.
But it's wanting to have something tangible to remember a time with.
Makes sense.
It's like, wow, this actually did happen because here's physical proof.
Right.
Rather than I just dreamt it.
I have that problem. I have hyper-realistic dreams. Strangely, I did not have a Z and Shen talk show dream. So this will be an easy one to remember.
And there's an actual VOD.
Well, that's... Have I told you this tirade before?
No.
I know I've told it to people on stream before. Maybe not you, though. So I have hyper-realistic dreams. So, like,
right.
let's see if I can make a... Oh, perfect. Yes. I dreamed about us shopping at Walmart.
Okay.
The day before I got here.
Okay.
And then we shopped at Walmart.
Right.
Some things were actually very similar.
Okay.
Other things were not. And I have to, like, try to remember which one actually happened. Because they're both as vivid to me in my memory. So with stuff like VODs and things, the reason I always like watching my stuff back is because I'm trying to retain the version that actually happened.
I dream about trees that don't actually exist.
So you've described. How is that drawing, by the way? Coming along?
It's about where I left it.
I don't remember.
Before I decided I was going to bed for the night. And then sat in the car for 2 hours.
I won't ask. I won't. As curious as I am, I won't ask. But, yeah, so, hyper-realistic dreams.
Anathor dreams about their teeth falling out.
Yes! We all do Anathor. You know what that comes from?
I have never.
That is linked to being your first traumatic experience with growing up. So, if you are struggling mentally with the concept of either getting older, having increased responsibility, or losing childhood innocence, you'll dream about your teeth falling out because your brain is trying to go back in time
I thoroughly enjoyed
to resolve the emotion. So it may not have been a traumatic experience for you.
No.
So that's why you don't have the recurring nightmare.
No.
There you go.
I have never dreamed of my teeth falling out.
Well, you're a lucky one. I might have to draw a line and ask you not to lick marshmallows on camera. If we could.
I didn't know why I was.
This is why I don't do these in person, guys. This is exactly why. Anyway, yes. There's actually now just debris and glitter. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome. Other glitter.
In striking distance. Striking distance.
Got
Great.
it.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, is it time for the mystery mix-up?
Yeah.
It's the mystery mix-up! I can't reach the button. The button is too far away.
I don't know what the button does.
You music.
Yes, I music.
I music.
Yeah, you music.
You want to try to music together?
No.
Well, too late. The people expect it. Let's do it. Ugh! All right, John. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to get this thing working. Whatever this is. It looks like a piano, but it seems to be missing 3 octaves. She's got a uke. I gotta make sure my settings are correct. Okay. goes down an octave. Cool. So we're gonna do a Billie Eilish song. On a Billie Eilish ukulele.
This is a Billie Eilish ukulele.
With nylon strings that are stretched out just a little bit. I'll follow your lead as best I can.
Okay, we're gonna do. It's always two.
It's always two.
Two before the start.
Okay.
But it's the same chord progression, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Change the way that you see yourself. You wouldn't wonder why you're here. They don't deserve you. I tried to scream, but my head was underwater. They called me weak, like I'm not just somebody's daughter. Like yesterday was a year ago, but I don't wanna let anybody know, 'cause everybody wants something from me now, and I don't wanna let them down. I had a dream, I got everything I wanted, but when I wake up I see as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't wanna lie here, but you can learn to. If I could change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't wonder why you're here. They don't deserve you. If I knew it again, would I do it again? Would I do it again? If I knew what they said would go straight to my head, what would they say instead? If I knew it all then, would I do it again? Would I do it again? If they knew what they said would go straight to my head, what would they say instead?
It'd be nice to have volume controls, but we did what we could. GG's.
Are we supposed to hear some keyboard here? We can only hear guitar and voice. Well, ukulele rather. Well, didn't hear your piano.
It was there. It was holding the chords. I don't have volume control, so it's either way too loud or that. I went with that.
It is what it is.
If I could change the way you just see yourself.
Big GGs.
Well, it's the second half. Now you have to lead. Careful.
What?
Dark chocolate, peanut,
No.
caramel.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Why are you wearing nice shoes?
I was gonna go barefoot, but that seemed weird, and I don't like doing just socks. Did you ever open the rest of your Harry Potter socks?
No. Nope.
Will you ever?
Maybe. These are Star Wars socks. Pew pew.
That is a Star Wars sock.
Look it. Look at him. It's cute. They actually do say pew pew on them somewhere.
They do.
Can you see?
Right there.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Someone out there would have liked that.
Someone.
Someone somewhere.
You know, I've had people ask on stream, and then when I give them the price tag, they don't buy it.
For your feet pictures? I've never had somebody ask me for feet pictures.
Wow.
I know.
Dang. I guess I just come off more of that kind of streamer than you do.
Well, I quit. Congratulations, you've reached a level of e-girl that I have yet to obtain. What's next, your bathwater?
I do take baths.
That's not where this was supposed to go. What's next? You selling bathwater? I do take baths.
I do take baths.
Cheers
I mean,
to that. What about your backwash?
it's all just going down the drain anyway. If I can turn a profit, I'll turn a profit. Plus, I use a lavender shea butter, so it's going to be good smelling. Or are you not supposed to use soap? I don't know how this works.
Salt and Mustard says that you have really small feet.
You have small feet.
No. Shen has really small feet confirmed. You know what that means, Kappa.
I'm so very confused. How did I get the small feet? Where did that come from?
Because they want to buy your feet pictures and not mine.
So I have smaller feet than you?
I guess so.
Wow. How would they know that?
I
Just by looking at the streamer. Is that the thing? Is that the meta?
You're missing it.
Is that the? Do they want small feet? Is that where the demand is? Smaller feet better?
He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. The products make the bathwater undrinkable.
Right. That's what I'm wondering. It's like, am I not supposed to use soap?
No, I genuinely think he doesn't get it.
Or I get it and I'm just not going there. Thanks. That one's still attached.
Oh.
This is why I don't do this in person.
What happened last time?
I think it has actually. Can we not do this again? Thank you. Great. No, great. So last time, yeah, she was ripping out my hair, and it is kind of grown back. You can kind of still see.
Where?
See if you can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that was not an invitation to thank you. Great. Okay.
My grip sucks.
Fair enough. What were we talking about? Feet pics?
Feet.
Were we talking about feet pics?
He doesn't want to get it. Nya nya. Where's my cat ears? I need cat ears.
I got you the headphones. Someone else has to get you the cat ears.
Who's getting me the cat ears?
Sent you.
It's all over my ukulele.
The glitter. No, that is not necessary. I would say I'm not going to be the one vacuuming up the couch, but why do I feel like I'm going to be the one vacuuming up the couch?
Because I'm gonna be the one taking a shower.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. What else do you want to talk about? It is a sea. It's a sea of glitter. Look at that. That's just a single swipe of the floor. That's what the floor looks like. Striking distance. Striking distance. I will end you. I will end you. Ay, ay, ay.
Yay!
Great. Great.
Did a unicorn puke in the room?
Yes.
I decided I wanted the glittery tutu, but we didn't know the glitter went everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's called shittering. It's an actual term.
Dang. I wish I knew that earlier.
Yeah.
That's a good term.
Ascension spoohmed.
23 months from Ekno. Thank you, Ekno. Almost 2 years. Ekno. Crazy stuff. Well done, sir. Well done. What else is on your mind? You got things on your mind? You always have things on your mind.
Yeah, I really want to know what this tree is, even though it doesn't exist.
Great.
What did you compare it to?
Wisteria.
A wisteria tree. Right.
So
minus.
it is a tree made of only wisteria blossoms.
Right, but they're green. The green bits.
Right.
The green bits got to go. They all got to be white.
So I said it is a tree made of only wisteria blossoms.
Right, but...
Very dark wood, you said?
Yeah. But what you showed me was not...
Well, that's because it's very hard to get a picture of wisteria without leaves on it.
Why?
Because the tree you dreamed doesn't exist, Z. I hate to break it to you.
I told you it doesn't exist!
I hate to break it to you, but not everything you dream turns into reality.
It makes me sad. Sometimes makes me sad. Sometimes I'm really glad that my dreams don't just bloop into reality. Other times I just...
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. If you could
If I
dream
could dream
something into reality,
what
would it be?
Money.
That's a good one. Because you don't have to worry about it like losing meaning or getting out of hand or anything. It's just like, no, it'll work.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I like that. I could do that. I'd sign up for that one. Check that box off.
Anna. I can't dream Senshin into reality.
I don't think she has to. He already exists.
I have to just dream him to my location.
There you go. He is only 6 hours away.
It's only 6 hours.
What other questions do you have?
When somebody asks a question, it's because they have a seemingly better answer.
Usually, yes.
So you can't say money.
Oh, that's just one of the few questions I wasn't actually thinking of a good answer for. So let me think of a good answer now. dream something into existence? Probably like music, actually. Like, instead of having to sort through the composition and the notating and the revising and all that stuff.
Dream your ability to just play?
Just like the music's written after the dream instead of having to write it.
Oh. Dreaming the composition process up entirely.
Right. So
not having to wake up, remember,
because it's fairly simple to get like a moment of music in your head. Mm-hmm. At least for me, where you can hear multiple voices, multiple instruments doing all the things.
But separating
then when you try to write them down, you have to focus on one part so much to write it down, and then you have to like try to remember the whole thing again, and then you have to focus on the next part and write all that down, and then you have to try to remember the whole thing again. And by the time you get to the end of it, it's become a distortion of what you originally.
Right. I've dreamt of music so many times. I never know if it's an original piece or not.
That's the other hard
part. But I
part.
can't remember it enough to do anything about it.
That's exactly why I said that. Because that's a problem. And that would solve that problem.
Yeah, you just wake up and the sheet music's
right
on
there.
your...
It's like, oh, thank God. I
Nice.
didn't lose that one.
Good.
Rock on. I could make a career out of that, honestly.
Probably. Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs.
Oh, Krampus asked what subject we were talking about. Solid mustard, say scrambled eggs. Do we want to talk about scrambled eggs?
Yeah, we had scrambled eggs this morning.
Yeah, we did.
A family treat that my dad's side of the family. A preserved meat of some kind, sliced and fried, mixed into eggs. You can if you're in 1930s depression, it's hot dog meat and whatever eggs you were able to scrounge up.
I'm really mad we didn't have ketchup.
Ketchup would have been good. When I do hot dogs and eggs, I do use ketchup. But for pepperoni and eggs, I usually don't do ketchup.
Ketchup.
But we had pepperoni and eggs.
Ketchup.
Ecno the Nito.
Ketchup.
Conversion of hot dogs and eggs. Look at that. He's already mooring in chat.
Ketchup.
If Ecno the Nito dies at the age of 50 because of carcinogenic
ketchup. You don't put
diet,
mustard on eggs, Wootmaster. Excuse me.
Well, he's French. Let it go. Oh no, Wootmaster. No, solid mustard's French. Sorry, I think Wootmaster's American, right? Or is he British?
I don't know.
Woot Ball is British, right?
Yes.
Is Wootmaster British? I don't know.
If you're Woot, does that automatically mean?
I think Woot necessitates you being both a football fan and British.
Oregon. He's American.
Great. Okay. The hard-boiled egg with mustard? Would you do a hard-boiled egg with mustard? I could kind of maybe...
Hard-boiled eggs.
If you had enough salt, I would go for a nice, crunchy, pickled mustard on a hard-boiled egg. I could see that.
I only eat the yolks of hard-boiled eggs if they're made into deviled eggs.
Okay. Yes.
Therefore, mustard is used anyways.
I'm not a fan of the raw, hard-boiled yolk.
Yeah, no. If you hand me a hard-boiled egg and that's it, I'm gonna hand you back the yolk.
The yolk is coming back. I agree.
But if you make a hard-boiled egg into a deviled egg, then mustard is already included.
What about soft-boiled eggs?
No.
No. Not even.
I'm not a fan.
Not even in like a Japanese noodle soup.
No.
Why not?
Not a fan of yolk unless it's scrambled.
You like your yolks unrecognizable.
Correct.
Fair enough.
Like, I'd rather eat, like you hand me a sunny side up egg, I'm only going to eat the whites.
Right. Fair.
Which is not bad. Egg whites?
They're good.
So good.
Good for you. Good protein. Cool. What were we talking about?
Eggs.
Scrambled eggs. Yeah, so we had pepperoni and eggs this morning, along with bacon. We specifically bought 24 slices of bacon. So
Specifically.
That we could each have 3 slices every morning. There are 6 left for tomorrow. I feel like this has already devolved into Q&A, and we're still in the actual main show. This is highly against protocol.
Who cares? Ooh, mayonnaise? Yes.
Mayonnaise on what?
Eggs.
I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise. I've been getting better with mayonnaise. I can do like salads, like potato salad, egg salad, chicken salad.
Please don't tell me you're a Miracle Whip guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like I do not like mayonnaise generally, but I've been getting more into mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is great.
It's okay.
Ranch on hard-boiled eggs.
See, that's
Just
I
the
can't-
whites.
I'm not at ranch. I'm only just getting into mayo.
So do
I'm
you
very
have
far
an
from
issue
ranch.
with white creamy liquids?
I think yes. I think that comes with the territory of being a lesbian.
I don't think lesbians have that issue.
So yeah.
But yeah, you take like a salad and then you like take a million egg whites and you just as I'm doing this, glitter is
Yep.
falling from my hands. You just and you have croutons and you have like little shredded carrot and then like cucumber
Yeah.
and then ranch
Okay.
and cheese.
Fair enough. So the one
Cheese.
recipe we have is an egg bacon salad. So we do the hard-boiled egg and bacon crumbled up on plain lettuce. And then it's a boiled coleslaw dressing. So it's kind of like, it's very celery seed flavor. It's very good. It's like a creamy mayonnaise dressing.
This is why I eat marshmallows. Well, that sounds nasty.
Wow. I think if you taste it, you would like it.
No.
If you like ranch on hard-boiled egg cheese salad, you would like egg bacon salad.
No.
Yeah. You would. Oh well, now chat's going crazy. Look what you've done. Look what you've done. Chat has exploded.
Is that cup the size of a bowl? What are you drinking?
Is this
Hard-boiled egg?
This is literally the size of a bowl. This is a 32-ounce cup.
Hard-boiled eggs chopped up and mixed in with spring onion and mayonnaise and dash of salt. Spread on fresh white bread. Ooh, snappity.
I believe what you just
Salad I would
described
enjoy.
was an egg salad sandwich.
Ate coleslaw in England, never again. Coleslaw is disgusting. Marshmallows and glitter. Shit happens, man. Eggs and mayonnaise is a
Marshmallows
classic
and
in
glitter
French
sounds like you're
restaurants.
just a rainbow
As
away
a
from
starter.
being a unicorn.
What?
I said marshmallows and glitter sounds like you're just a rainbow away from being a unicorn.
Let me just try and fix that. What do you want from me?
I don't know. I was just.
I have a rainbow on my back.
There you go. Done. Unicorn confirmed.
Yeah.
Can confirm. Z unicorn.
Z's unicorn.
We did it, team.
Does that mean I don't exist? Oh my god, that'd be fantastic.
I mean, there you go. Problem solved. You did it.
Oh my god, I don't exist. My life is complete.
You did it.
Huh.
Jeez.
Finally.
Fucking jeez. We did it, guys. That's going to do it for the show, ladies and gentlemen. We no longer exist. Congratulations.
No, it's just me. You still exist. It's just me.
Damn it. I thought we had a suicide pact. We promised to take the other one out before we go.
Zenicorn? ZeiCarmela?
ZeiCarmela.
ZeiCarmela?
I think you need the N and the M in there. ZeiCarmela. ZeiCarmela sounds just like they're saying your last name wrong.
It's my middle name.
Middle name wrong.
He doesn't even know!
Do you want me to use your last name? I thought
Which
you-
one?
That's another good question. Which last name? It's kind of there. You done now?
Yeah.
What else is on your mind?
Why is it pink?
Why is it pink? Hibiscus, one of my favorite
That
tea
tasted
bases.
familiar.
don't like straight hibiscus tea, but as the base for a tea to be added onto, one of my favorites. Hibiscus pomegranate, and then a couple floral accents on top. Maybe even like a little clove or nutmeg in there to give it a little bite. Ooh.
Where are my daisies?
I got you tulips like a month ago.
They're dead.
Yeah. And?
Where's my blanket?
We were going to do that, but we ended up getting other things. Like a mini fridge. And the dress you're currently wearing. And the tutu I stayed up till 10 o'clock last night making. Did we mention something about you and Needy? Was there something? Did we?
You said that I wasn't.
Right. Great. Can I take that back?
I like the sunshine foot, the Z-Car cry between the mustache.
Well, I think again we have to go back to you having to choose whether you want a blanket or flowers next. I think you decided blanket next, but didn't you just get a blanket?
Did I just get a blanket?
You did just get a blanket.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes. It
Did
was
I?
the fourth blanket added to your chair.
I did. I did get a blanket.
So you would want flowers next.
No, I want blanket.
Okay.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? It's gonna be Korean chicken and Korean barbecue.
KBBQ.
It's gonna be good.
Elaborate.
Well, to my former Korean roommate, I'm sorry, but someone refused to even entertain the idea of the most essential Korean barbecue ingredient, fermented black bean paste. Wouldn't even compromise for here's the thing, if you're making Korean barbecue, you need to use fermented black bean paste. If you can't get fermented black bean paste, because it is hard to find in America, you can substitute like a dehydrated black bean dip, where it's like the little like shales of black beans that powderized in a bag, a little packet. You can use that instead, and it still works similar to what the fermented black bean paste would do. But someone refused to entertain the idea. So this would be a black beanless Korean barbecue, which I don't even know if I'm allowed to call it barbecue at this point. But yeah, so that's that. And Korean chicken. So here's the thing. Korean barbecue is really just the vegetables that some people often forget. And then you have to choose your meat. And you can do Korean barbecue meat, but we're not doing Korean barbecue chicken. We're doing Korean chicken, which is different. And he taught me this. Because when I was making the chicken, I was not using nearly enough ginger, and I was using too much cumin, and a couple other things that he taught me. So I thought using too much ginger on chicken would overpower it, because sometimes when you have too much ginger in something, it's just nasty. But he taught me not to fear the ginger. So it'll be Korean chicken with Korean barbecue.
So you are going to bring me like a little plate of bell pepper slices so I can eat them, right?
While you're waiting?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But don't cook them. I want them raw.
Right.
Snacks.
Green, red, or yellow.
I just want a little bit of everything.
Okay. Done.
KBBQ.
Would you like some ranch to dip it in?
No. No zitsy, no zitsy, no zitsy, no zitsy, no zitsy, no zitsy.
Can we've mentioned this before, but there was a much more drastic instance this visit. You fell asleep on the couch. And normally you'll do like this in your sleep. But this time you were like trying to rip your nose off. I had to like stop your hand because I was afraid you were going to hurt yourself. But you were literally like swatting your nose in your sleep. I was literally afraid you were going to hurt yourself or like rip your septum through your nose.
We're good.
So if you ever wake up and your nose is ripped off, you'll know why. Great. What else would you like to talk about?
What'd you do to your pants?
I don't know. I think it's just chocolate. I thought I was being quite careful wiping the chocolate on the napkin, but apparently a little chocolate got on the pant. What did you do to your leg?
It's tattoo.
I was talking about the glitter, but sure.
Tutu.
What is the tattoo? I think it's the only tattoo of yours I don't know.
It's my cat's paw.
Glasgow.
Glasgow. At least you
Okay.
didn't say lasagna. It's a running joke that it looks like lasagna.
Fair enough. It does not. But careful, please. please mind the camera. So that's your cat's paw. Very nice. Your cat has 6 toes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Cats have irregular numbers of toes.
Not always.
Not always, but they do.
They can.
Yeah. Some have 4, some have 5, some have 6.
Yep. My current cat, well, the current cat that I have that is mine, her back foot each has extra toes on them. I don't remember if she has 6 or 7 on one, but they both at least have 6. But on one of them, what would be her quote-unquote pinky toe, the first, there's only 2 knuckles on it.
Right.
But the first one is straight, and then there's where the knuckle would be, and then this whole section of toe is vertical.
Oh.
It doesn't bother her, so it's fine, but
Right.
like...
My one cat has, like, he has declawed in the front, but not the back. But he has one nail in the front that grows sideways, all black, and then it just falls off.
Imagine declawing a cat.
Yes.
My cats were declawed by my mother's choice. Would never. And my cat was not declawed until I moved in with my mother.
I could understand not declawing an outside cat, but I think they just would cause too much destruction as an inside
My
cat.
cats did not destroy anything.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Cats.
Nya nya.
What's your favorite cat?
I like...
Black Panther?
We're talking all cats.
All cats. Even sphinxes. Why not? Would you like a sphinx? I don't think human head on cat looks good. I don't think it's a good look. What do you think?
No.
I don't think so either. It's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. We've got to juice another orange into her brain. Give her some more chocolate so we can get the answer out.
I think... a tiger.
Tiger? Well, you know, why are tigers?
Exactly, profanity.
What? What miss?
Declawing a cat. Equivalent to cutting off the tips of fingers.
Correct.
And that's just the new way.
Right.
With the new laser things, it's the equivalent of chopping off the tips of your fingers. But before they figured out how to do it that way, it was the equivalent of cutting off your finger to the first knuckle.
Right.
Which is even worse.
Yeah, but there are several procedures we do to humans and other animals, not too unsimilar, at young ages for their long-term health benefits. So,
Declawing is unethical. In my own very strong opinion.
I mean, you're allowed to have your own personal feelings on the matter.
Mm-hmm. Will I love a cat any less if it's declawed? Hell no. Probably love that little thing even more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But never would I ever choosingly declaw my own cat.
Got 9 more to go.
Never have I ever.
I don't want to play this anymore. I don't want to play this game anymore. Do you know why tigers are orange?
Because they are.
Not entirely. I mean, yes, it was an accident, but not quite an accident.
How do you accidentally make something orange?
Because the types of deer that tigers prey on
Mm-hmm.
are green-orange colorblind. So to them, tigers look green like grass.
How's that an accident?
Because they could have evolved to be green or orange to the same effect of camouflaging against their prey. And it just happened to be orange instead of green. So to us...
I could not imagine a tiger being green.
Right. But evolutionarily, tigers could have been orange or green. But because of melanin pigmentation, orange was a lot more
I
likely.
think that's a stretch.
It's true, though.
I think it's a stretch.
It's true. It's true.
I think it's a stretch. Right, there aren't any green mammals.
There are sloths that grow algae and moss in there for giving it a green appearance.
But that does not make it green.
Correct.
The mammal itself is not green.
Right.
Which was the statement.
Well, no mammal's going to be green. No mammal's going to be most colors. It's their hair that's color.
Correct.
So.
A sloth's fur is not green.
Correct.
The plant that grows from a sloth's fur is green.
Correct. I'm sure there's a green mammal somewhere. Anyway, stretch break for us.
Because God was eating breakfast and sneezed while drinking OJ and working on the tiger.
Fair enough.
If you wash them, they aren't green. But don't wash your sloth.
Don't wash your sloth. If there's anything you take away from this podcast,
don't wash your sloth.
don't wash your sloths, please. Don't declaw
if
your
you
cats.
own a sloth, I
don't wash your sloths.
wonder how, but
don't own sloths.
Don't own sloths.
Just leave the sloths. Stop touching the sloths. Leave them alone.
Unless they're like in the middle of the
No.
road and people are being dumb.
You don't pick them up. You stop traffic and you wait. Don't touch the sloths.
I feel
Period.
like there is a point in time where maybe.
Don't touch them. Leave them alone.
Okay, hi Spoo.
He came in at a good time.
What else are we not touching?
I was going to say each other, but you've already broken that one. What else are we not touching? If you guys freeze frame the Record Hunters promo, when I go front camera to say Record Hunters and she top claws me,
I actually
freeze
poked
frame
his
it. Freeze frame it. I don't know if it was her ring finger or her pinky, but it's a full knuckle into my eyeball.
Yeah, no. After it happened, I literally looked up at Bax and said, I think I just poked his eye out.
So, well, one of those little nuggets you can.
Oh, baby. Leave Brittany alone.
Yeah, leave Brittany alone. Seriously. She was ahead of her time. You know, Brittany, if she did all her songs today, she'd just be like a regular pop star. People just be like, oh yeah, the normal stuff.
How was I supposed
She kind of paved the way, made it possible for
something wasn't right?
the other ones to come through. I don't think Katy Perry would have been successful had Brittany not come first. I'll say it. I'll say it. Prove me. Prove me wrong. Change my mind. Change my mind.
Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me, and I
Great.
I must confess, I still believe. When I'm out with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Great.
Cool.
Well done. Any other questions on your mind? We're rounding the final turn.
There's only one thing that you can pick. And it would have to be done in this exact moment. But if you could do anything in this exact moment, what would you do? I fear for that face.
I'm not saying it.
I fear for that face.
I'm not saying it. If I could do anything in this one moment. Only that one thing. Just me, or just like in the context of stream, like have something happen in stream?
No,
Or
you.
Me personally.
You
do.
personally.
Me personally do that. I couldn't normally do. Is that where we're going with this?
What?
That I wouldn't normally do. I'm assuming, because if it was something I would normally do, that I would just do it. Right. So I'm assuming the point of this thought experiment is something I wouldn't normally do. But would
Anything that isn't feasibly possible in the moment,
right,
because it would have to happen in this moment.
Right.
Spoo would jump out of a plane in New Zealand.
Fantastic. It's a good one. We already did the money thing, right?
Yeah.
Can't do the money thing again.
No.
We're already dreaming money into existence. So
Correct.
We got that one covered. We don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Don't look at me like that. I'm uncomfy. CC Kinnison would throw Spoo a parachute.
Nice.
But could Spoo catch it before he landed and use it properly, or is CC Kinnison in the plane with Spoo at the same time?
I would levitate.
You would levitate.
I would levitate.
It has to be something that could actually happen.
Something that could actually happen. I don't know, man. Be in a maid outfit.
Susan, I should have mentioned I want a parachute. I'm like skydiving.
You're supposed to mention that before you jump out of the plane, Spoo.
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
think about that before you actually go skydiving. Make sure you remember parachute the first time.
Yeah, maid outfit.
Made up.
I'd be in a maid outfit. Deal with it.
Okay.
What
My
about you?
normal answer to that question doesn't work because it's daytime. Normally, I would say that I went to lay in the middle of the street and make as many triangles out of the stars as I possibly can.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't work right now because it's
It's daytime and there's too many
stars.
cars. Yeah.
Stars, cars, busy street is actually
Yep.
no.
It's not gonna work.
I feel like my answer is too real and it just hurts me, but I would be grinding. I would take my booty home and stream.
There you go. The truth comes out.
I want to stream. Ah!
I mean, we're technically streaming, but not streaming. Yeah. Totally.
20 puppies, valley surrounded by mountains. Yep.
Sounds good.
I might steal Profanity's answer. That seems a little more vacation-y.
Seems good. Seems good. Maybe next
What
time.
kind of puppies?
Golden retriever.
Oh, golden retriever puppies.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like one pug.
So 19 golden retriever puppies and 1 pug puppy?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Just as wrinkly as possible. The most wrinkly pug puppy.
All of them. All kinds of puppies. Doesn't matter? I guess not. I want all the fluffy puppies.
I would say there's a certain fluffiness to. You wouldn't want a Chihuahua puppy.
No.
No.
Saint Bernards, Great Danes, Burmese, Pugs, Frenchies, Bulldogs, Huskies, Profanity. We're gonna have a puppy party.
Dang.
Clear night skies, yeah. Here, clear night skies aren't as fantastic as they were in Pennsylvania.
But it's how far away you are from light pollution.
Yeah.
So even in Pennsylvania, there are good spots and bad spots. But
Where I lived,
Get-
it was fantastic.
get far enough into the mountains.
Where I lived, it was like pitch black all the time at night.
Good
Anywhere
stuff.
you went, it's amazing.
Camping. You a fan of camping?
Oh, define camping.
You define camping.
I feel like you're a glamper and that.
You feel like I'm a glamper.
I feel like you would be a glamper.
What? Why would I be a glamper?
No, I want a tent or a hammock. We can ditch the tent. That'd be cool too. Like just a hammock, fire, you know, the whole 9 yards. Like a
Sounds good to me.
no camping.
Right. If I was glamping, I would rather just go to like a nice resort.
No, if I was forced to glamp, we're not going to a resort. We're gonna glamp somewhere legit. And
But like the way I'd say that is like if I was going to like glamp in the woods or like in the mountains, I would rather go to like a mountain resort
no,
rather than like I would either camp or mountain resort. I wouldn't glamp.
no, I want to go find campgrounds, hike to a really nice spot, set up a tent or a hammock.
Fair enough. Do you prefer woods or mountains?
Couldn't pick.
You just have to find a wooded mountain.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fortunately, there's a lot of those, especially in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Puppy party. Gladiatorial combat.
What?
ZeiCarmela is not a glamper.
Confirmed.
Thunderdome. Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
2 puppies enter. Both of them play with me. Question mark.
Sounds like a deal.
What's a yurt?
Yurt
Yeah.
is like a Turkish camp. It's like it's a fancier tent. You know, like in movies when they're crossing the Sahara, or there's like a military from ancient Egypt times, and they have like everyone has their little tents, and then the general has like his fancy tent.
Okay.
That's a yurt. Although sometimes yurts are like permanent structures. You can have a permanent structure yurt as well. It's like sticks and animal skins, but yeah. I think we need one more deep dive question. So we can bring the show home and then we can go back to Q&A.
Okay. I thought you had something coming after that.
Well, I was waiting to see if you had anything. And then if not, I can have something.
No, I don't got anything.
Okay. You can only perform in one avenue. What do you choose?
What do you mean?
You could only do music, or you could only do stream, or you could only do theater.
I couldn't play music on stream?
No. You could only do one form of performance. What would you choose? We're digging deep.
Is death an option?
I mean, most artists do kill themselves, so, you know. But you have to pick something first and then kill yourself.
Does that mean the only way that people could see my music being performed was at a live show? Because if it got broadcasted on television or anything like that, it'd be breaking the rules.
Not necessarily, because the essence of performing would be through that avenue. So performing through music or performing through...
Which means I could stream my music.
Yes,
so long
but
as it was a live performance.
Right, you couldn't do like chat conversation.
No.
You could only do...
I would have to ignore my chat.
Right.
But I could still...
You could still do music.
But I could still do music. Loopholes.
Kind of, but again, you wouldn't be able to stream. You would only be streaming music.
Right.
So.
But here's the best part. That's when social media comes into play. Because that means while I'm streaming, that means I cannot partake the role of a streamer.
Right.
I have to still be a performer, and music is all I do.
But
Which
then
means off stream,
Right.
I can talk to everybody.
Fair enough.
Loopholes.
I mean,
Your girl's a musician.
It's kind of a loophole, but you know.
Your girl's a musician.
There it is. I would probably choose music myself.
It just seems like the only one that had a loophole.
I think it's the one I would miss the most.
I couldn't not. Is me singing along to music that's playing in the background considered performing?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, I'd have to pick music.
Yeah. I agree. I think I would miss music the most. I probably wouldn't stream if I picked just music.
I couldn't let go.
I would go more into like actual concert performance.
Well, I would stream my concert performances.
Sure, you could do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, unless you have any other questions, I think the first in-person
The first
episode,
ever live
the first ever in the
live.
history of humankind live and in-person talk show. No, the first in-person Losing Our Marbles episode. Thank you for making it happen. Appreciate it.
I didn't do anything. You drove here.
Well, you're here,
Yeah.
so
I could have not shown up.
right. Be sure to be here every Saturday. If you want to be part of the Q&A, which happens after this YouTube portion of the talk show, because that's what we're going to go into next. And judging by chat, I think we're going to be there for a while. Anything you'd like to promote?
Hi, I'm a streamer.
Oh yeah, Z streams. You should check her out every day,
Yeah.
starting on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Great, tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.